The smartphone world has been talking a lot about battery technology, and for years it felt like we were stuck at the same 5,000 mAh standard. But suddenly, huge battery capacities are appearing everywhere. Phones in China are now pushing past 6,000 mAh, and some even hit crazy numbers like 7,000 mAh and more. The best example is the OnePlus 15, which packs an incredible 7,300 mAh battery. And what's even more surprising is that OnePlus can sell this massive battery internationally without any of the restrictions that are stopping other brands. At first glance, it seems like Chinese phones keep all the best battery tech for their home markets. Devices like the Vivo X300 Pro or the Honor Magic 8 Pro come with extremely large batteries in China, but get downgraded versions when they are sold in Europe. The Vivo X300 Pro goes from 6,510 mAh in Asia down to 5,440 mAh in Europe. Honor's Magic 8 Pro drops from 7,200 mAh in China to 6,270 mAh in Europe. These cuts sound unfair, but they actually have a real reason behind them. The issue is not the new battery technology itself. Many of these phones use silicon, carbon or silicon anode batteries, which are known for their high capacity. People often assume silicon batteries are risky because silicon expands dramatically, up to 300%, when it charges. That used to make them unstable. But modern silicon batteries use carbon matrices, coatings, and bindings that prevent dangerous expansion. The results have been promising, and new European regulations from 2025 even show these batteries receiving efficiency ratings ranging from A to B, with 1,000 to 1,600 charge cycles. That's basically the same durability rating you'd get from the iPhone 17. So if the technology isn't the problem, what is? The real challenge is transporting these batteries across borders. International shipping rules place strict limits on lithium-ion batteries. A single battery cell can't exceed 20 watt-hours. When you convert that limit into mAh for a typical smartphone voltage, the maximum for one cell ends up being around 5,300 mAh. And many phones with huge batteries use single-cell designs. That's why when companies try to ship them worldwide, they run into massive logistical roadblocks. There are exceptions for batteries shipped inside devices, but applying for those exceptions and meeting all the requirements for air, land, sea, and courier transport adds delays and complications. For many brands, the easiest solution is to shrink the battery for international markets instead of fighting through approval processes in every region. But OnePlus found a different path years ago, without even realizing it would become the perfect solution later. Back in 2020, when the OnePlus 8T launched with Warp Charge 65, the company introduced a dual-cell battery design. Instead of one big battery, the phone used two smaller batteries that charged in parallel. This made fast charging safer and more efficient. Oppo introduced a similar setup with Super 2.0. That dual-cell idea turned out to be a secret weapon. Because each cell is smaller than the 20 limit, OnePlus can ship phones with huge total battery capacities without violating any transport rules. The OnePlus 15, with its 7,300 mAh battery, is simply the result of combining two smaller cells that individually fit within the restrictions. And because the entire battery pack stays under the 100 limit for larger battery modules, there's no issue there either. While brands like Vivo and Honor struggle with international battery limits, OnePlus happened to build the perfect workaround years before anyone realized how valuable it would become. This wasn't originally designed as a shipping hack, but it works beautifully as one. So why don't giants like Apple and Samsung adopt this technology? The answer is caution. These companies ship massive volumes of devices and cannot risk problems with new battery chemistry. Samsung still carries the memory of the Galaxy Note 7 issue, and Apple always adopts new technologies slowly and safely. They want years of real-world data before committing to silicon anodes across millions of devices. Meanwhile, companies in China have more flexibility. Their manufacturing is local, their supply chains are quicker to adjust, and their market scale allows them to experiment faster. Silicon batteries may become the global standard eventually, but right now there's still a long test phase ahead. Until then, OnePlus has the most practical solution, and if you want a huge battery today without waiting for the rest of the industry to catch up, you might already know which phone to pick.